Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the show this evening is my mucker Albert and the one and only Bridgeman. Evening, boys.
Evening, you two. How are you doing?
Good evening, Oxshare and Albert and the techie boys in the background. Hope everybody's fine.
Wow. How's Albert?
Let me see now. Not too good, mate. Good health-wise, no good football-wise.
Yeah, that's about right. Bridgeman?
Oh, what can I say? I was bitterly disappointed last night. I'm fine personally myself, but bitterly disappointed. And can I just say to all the Rangers fans listening in, all over the world, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Yes, listen, I think I said enough last night to think of people that listen, but no, it was poor all over the pitch. Fair questions and answers. I think the only one that nobody's ever mentioned is Danny Rowe, Albert.
Danny Rowe.
Albert?
It was poor, mate. It's pathetic. Let's call it. It wasn't bad, mate. It was pathetic. It's everything you don't want to have in a team. We displayed it last night, mate. Everything. It was incredible, and there's nobody escaping it. Not even Butland, in my opinion. Nobody's escaping it. It's a team. If one fails, we all fail, and they should be acting like that, mate. It's no use picking out individuals and you're not doing this, which they didn't. But as a team, it's a team game. It was pathetic. The teamwork wasn't there. There was nothing there. There wasn't any helping each other. It was, as I said to you today, it looked like an 11-a-side playing a 5-a-side team. Because we never had any men on the park at one point. Talk about hide and seek. Some of them could be the West of Scotland hide and seek champions. It was ridiculous, mate. It was absolutely ridiculous. It's one of the.
Still looking for all that.
It wouldn't surprise me. It was one of the worst performances I've seen. No, anywhere in any football team, any time watching football. And that's something to say because we've seen some real bad Rangers teams over the last few years. But this one's getting there, mate. It really is getting there. It's utter pathetic, mate. It's beyond belief. If you look at it and think about it, and you're saying to yourself, Magome, the left back, £10 million. They bought him for £10 million, reportedly. You jigger, £10 million. They bought him. Germani or Chimeti up front, £10 million, and Raskin possibly a £10 million player. There's roughly about 10 million pound players we doing that. Supposed to be 10 million pound players we doing that part, and it was ridiculous. I heard some people saying we need to spend money. On what? On what? We're going to spend another millions and millions on what? Bang average players, players that you say to yourself. I mean, be honest with you, all the ones that came in, not one of them's worth any more than 250,000. Let's be honest, 250,000. I think it's a compliment to them buying that money. Because this is pathetic. This is beyond bad. It's just pathetic, mate. Can he pass a ball? Can he run with a ball? Can he beat anybody? Can he cross a ball? Don't know where. As Alan McCoy said about the big centre forward, is he not get any instincts? Even though you might be raw in learning your game, but where's your instincts? Where's your centre forward instincts? There's nothing there, mate. There's nothing there.
You've seen that last night when I think it was Ant-Man played the ball, mate. And he's on his heels going back away. He was actually moving away for the goal, mate.
He's not even breaking his neck to get it. See, reads the play. Ant-Man's up the wing. There's a fair chance this is coming across. I need to break my neck to get in the right, run about in between the sticks or in a position to get the ball might get to me. Nothing, mate. It's just stunning. Jogging into the, oh, well, I never quite got there. There's no urgency about it. There's no, as McCoy said, instincts. There's nothing. And then you get into the midfield, non-existent, completely non-existent, mate. The defence is the defence.
Right, we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Bridgeman, poor defence, bad midfield, atrocious attacking. But for that, it's all right, yeah?
Oh, I think when I looked at that, after a few minutes, you could just see what's the old saying they used to say, younger, fitter, faster, that kind of thing. That team were all over us, and they never stopped. There were a few times we got up, and we made a couple of good chances, and we were just dreadful. We were just dreadful. I think Tavernier, given the size of that game for Rangers, I don't think Tavernier covered himself in any glory whatsoever. It was absolutely abysmal in defence. I think he caused most of it. It cost 8 goals. But you follow what I mean? We got beat. Just terrible stuff. And what can I say? The defence for the third goal, did we not get caught out? My God. Just we were talking about it the night before. We were just talking about it. This is what we need today. Tighten it up. Nobody goes across the halfway line, and every day we get caught. So we're trying to defend, and they're charging forward. All 4 of them are charging forward, and we can't keep them out. Unbelievable. It was only 4 of them. Unbelievable stuff. So I think I'm bitterly disappointed, and I'm disappointed for the players and the manager, because I think the treatment at the end was that I don't like the players getting booed off. I don't like Rangers fans booing Rangers players, but I can't. They've spent all their money going there, and what about a shit show goes on, you know? So I just don't know what to think on that. But the words you said earlier, very poor. We were very poor. Not even a fair showing. I think one of the things that we've said this before about them. One of the things that team and players need to learn to do is toughen up. They need to toughen up, because every time they were getting that famous old blockage, you know, no matter what you're doing, even off the ball, you block an opposition player, walk in front of them, whatever you want to do, just block them so they get no get pace, and it works, and it worked all night last night. Well, I must admit they should have the man sent off. They should have the man sent off last night.
I just think we don't defend well. We've no creativity, and we've no good forward players generally.
A poor
These
team.
performances, yeah. Well, we've got a poor group of players all there, yeah. And obviously, all the talks about recruitment, I don't know what your take on it is.
My take's been the same way. We keep saying managers keep telling you it's the recruitment. It's not how to deal with the managers. You can say Martin, it's Field, it's Clement, it's this, it's that, it's the next thing. The recruitment for at least the last 9 years, probably longer, is diabolical, mate. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I don't understand this. I really don't. I mean, you're talking about, you're bringing guys. I don't know even Thelwell's ever played football. You see me keep bringing guys in that don't know anything about football. Again, you're asking them to sort out your football club. They might be all right at the administration side of it, but definitely the football side of it, they've not got a clue what they're doing. And that's obvious when he's coming out and telling you Cervantes a £10 million player and we're going to make millions on him. Who's the kidding on, man? How are we going to manage to do that? So we've actually got to put this boy in the team to develop him. So he's developing in the Rangers first team. So we've got to sit back and watch this boy develop, playing the way he's playing. So that will end up being defeats, draws, very few wins. We've got to do them once, and then say by the time a year, 2 years, whenever it is, we decide he's not a good player. Well, you'll go away. Somebody will come in and buy him. That's it. And then we start all over again. We get somebody else in and start all over again. What are we paying season ticket money for? To develop players for somebody else? It's nuts. It's totally nuts, mate. So see this model that Thelwell's trying to do. This is crap, mate. What he's trying to do is bring young boys in, develop and sell them on, and he's trying to get players in that are the 25, 26 already established players. But they players, any good ones, are already taken up with the top leagues. They're already playing in the top leagues, the top clubs, making top money. And then we've got the remainder, the ones that are just slightly too old. This model will never work, mate. Ever going to work. So you look at it and say, what's the point of spending big money when you're getting bang average players? So just spend small money and get the same bang average players.
I don't even think some of them are bang average, mate, if I'm honest.
It's a nuts situation. Some of it is we're rainmaking, most of it's we're rainmaking, but there is other mitigating circumstances here. It's the way the whole thing's all set up with the Premiership and all the other leagues and the Champions League all all the money that's involved in that. You've not got any access to that kind of money. So you're going to remain where you remain. So you're going to pick up the dross in football, and you're going to try and pay it top dollar. That's the biggest mistake we're making. We're paying some of these players, no top dollar, no Premier League money, kind of money, but good enough money. Definitely some of the championship equivalent. Some of the teams doing there, we're paying that kind of money, and you're getting what in return? Bang average, below average players. I mean, that last night was pathetic. It was beyond pathetic. There's no a word to describe how bad that was last night. And
You've been very polite. You've been very polite, Albert. Very polite. Listen,
know you're in trouble. You know you're in trouble, mate, when the opposition fans are just laughing at you. They're just laughing at you and you're having a good time.
So let's look. Obviously the key moment in the first half was we huffed and puffed a wee bit. There was a period for about 5 minutes we held the ball. And I think it was Raskin that played the close to Chimete, and the header was weak at best. But there are opportunities with that man. But then they had opportunities as well, and they looked a more likely team, if we're honest. And then we gave a goal away just as when you begin to think it could go in at nothing each at half time. And really, I don't know what our setup was. Our two centre halves are 10 yards, 10 yards from the halfway line. Two of them are square. Tav's in front of them, so's young left back, and they play one ball into, what would you say, the inside left. Would that be fair? They put it down the inside left channel, and he's right through in goal with acres of space. He actually makes a mess of it all, but didn't he? Mishits it.
I mishits it.
The goal, and the guy's got a tap in. Yeah.
You couldn't make that up, mate. Mishits it and still gets it. You got a player who scores. You couldn't make that up. I'll tell you another thing. See the ball, the guy, the midfielder that split our defence. I'm calling it a defence, but it's not really. But split our players. If we've not got a player in our midfield that could play that pass, that simple pass, couldn't play that pass, couldn't even see that pass. And then you've got the guy running through, and and any of our players could run that fast to get that up the park to where he got to. All right, we could miss hit the ball because we're really good at that, so we could take them on at that if it was just miss hitting shots. But that's how bad it is. You look at teams scoring goals that you can't score. And by the way, that team I've heard have ranked the lowest team in the competition. We're now bottom of the league, so we are the worst team in Europe at the moment.
In that Europa League, guy.
Yep.
But listen, let's look back at the first half, and it was abysmal. The centre forward, I think we played a 4-4-2, mate. I think you had the wide men coming back to help Rothwell and Raskin, and I thought Rothwell was poor. I thought Raskin got worse as the game went on, and the two wide men never offered as anything really. It was a nice wee turn by the gas man, wasn't there? Then they miskicked it. It seemed to be a trait. Asgard, Bridgeman, what's your thoughts?
I thought he disappeared in the game. The first 5 minutes, I thought they did not too bad, but I think he completely disappeared. His job should have been in the midfield battling. That's what he should have been doing, battling, because the midfield was a battle. But they guys were really good players and fast, very fast. And the first 5 yards are gone for you, If you're not with them, they're gone. And that was what happened to us last night. And Asgard, I'm not holding anything against any player. There's obviously something no right, because we're playing against a team there last night from Norway. And you think to yourself, surely we're going to be as fit as them. Surely the players we've got train as much as they do. Well, I'm sorry, it doesn't look like it. Either they're a completely different quality of player on a higher level than us, or there's something really wrong with our coaching and training. Seriously, I'm not being funny. I just cannot believe it. You've got top, supposedly international quality players like Suter. Suter hardly touched the ball last night. What's the matter with him? I thought they did not too bad in patches, but really and truly, we were atrocious, just atrocious. And we didn't know which way we were going, and the second legs out and the ball's bouncing after them, and we couldn't find our man. All the time at Oxford, all the time. If you played like that in the cages, they'd have picked you off.
So I mentioned Asgard, Jimmy too. That looked like his role was to get close to him. Mate, I mean, he wouldn't have had to put his strip into the washing, but he could have put it straight in the hamper.
Yeah.
For next week's game. By the way, I didn't like that strip when I seen it. When the Rangers wear blue when they can, mate. I don't know what you think. That's just, that's just my take on it. Maybe we're back to standards in the club, but obviously you've got a commercial deal all better. I get all that. But I didn't like the strip when I seen it in the flesh on the park. However, right, Asgard Chimitri, the lack of movement, Chimitri kept falling. Asgard gets the ball and stands and waits and lets everybody crowd them out and take the ball off him. We've seen it domestically, we've seen it in Europe, mate. Is it an attitude thing? Is it? Because obviously you can see the boys get technique. We've seen that on Saturday, but you need to wear that technique. You need the attitude, and you need to know that you've got to move the ball. People are just going to stand and watch you play. And they were poor up front, so nothing up front. Rothwell, well,
was he playing?
Exactly, Bridge. Exactly. See, the second half, I can't even remember thinking back him touching the ball. Then he goes off and he's blown and he looks as if he's done after 60 minutes. And Bridge said about the fitness. Well, Bear, somebody's not doing something right. Again, at our club, who'll be getting paid well. The fitness and the conditioning is shocking, mate. Yeah.
Well, but you've got to remember, right? 14 of their players come in all different times, mate. So they've not had any of them have had a full pre-season. Don't get me wrong, I'm not making that as an excuse.
Rothwell come in early, mate.
Aye. So, but most of them did. They're all coming at different times. That's the point I'm trying to make. So you never had them all together. But the rest of them, like Tavernier, Butler and all that, they were there for the beginning, mate. They had a full pre-season. So none of them should be unfit, but they are. Because no matter what team we have played, every team we've played looks fitter than us, mate. Every single team. So you can't have that, mate. It's not right. But it's a fact. It's there. It's another pathetic part of the problem here. So you're looking at it. Asgard, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've not got a clue what this boy's supposed to be doing. I don't think he knows what he's supposed to be doing. But at the moment, he looks one lazy player. He looks totally disinterested. He looks if he wants too long on the ball. He thinks everybody's going to stone off him and watch him doing maybe flicks tricks and beat somebody. You look at him going, you're a higher level. He was at Luton he came for. You're a higher level in Luton now, son. And you're not even at the top level yet. This is just a higher level. And you're nowhere near it. He's nowhere near it, mate. I don't know what I was expecting with that boy when he signed for Rangers. I don't know. But for all the accounts you were listening to, people that seen him and knew a bit about him were telling you, oh, this is a player. You've definitely got a player in your hands here. I've yet to see it. Apart from the goal against Dundee United. That's been it. That's it, mate. That's his sum total. His Rangers' career so far. You can't have that. He's part of the midfield, mate. He's our midfield. Well, we've not got a midfield. We've not had a midfield for long enough, mate. I'd reckon we've not had a midfield for, this is going on 2 years now. It's shocking. You've got Raskin running about like a maniac, man, just trying to do everybody's job, but no day his own job. He's good at one thing, Raskin, and he's very good at it, is winning the ball and giving it to good players. That's what he does with Belgium. That's how he's good with Belgium. He just wins the ball and gives it right away. No hesitation. With us, he wins the ball. Sometimes wins the ball. And when he does, he holds on to it. He runs with it. Caught in possession. Which brings me on to my point about caught in possession. Told you the day about it. Worst crime in football, getting caught in possession. Every single player in our team, bar none, get caught in possession. Every one of them. It's ridiculous. Forward you can understand, and wingers, because they've got to take people on. Midfielders should never get caught in possession. Defenders should never get caught in possession. But every single one of them does. And it's only a matter of time before Butling is going to get caught in possession the way he's kicking the ball at the moment. I'm not blaming him for anything, by the way. But you can't give him the man of the match and say you get pass marks and after losing 3 goals in a game. That's just not on, mate. But anyway, as I say, it's our
best player.
Which does really mean anything in this team?
Oh, it's a very low bar, mate.
Oh, that's non-existent, mate. The bar's not even half the ground.
The worm's number 2.
Can I come in on that? Just to say one thing, I noticed that young Hamza Agaman that played for us scored a hat-trick last night in the Europa League. Now, I ask you, we've been saying that guy's the only class player we had in the ranks, and for some reason or other, he couldn't get a game, or he fell out with him, stupid stuff, whatever it was. I know we got money for him, don't get me wrong, but there he's scoring a hat-trick in Europe within 6 months of leaving Rangers. Quite incredible. We're a very, very stupid club at times, you know, very stupid.
Yeah, but
sorry,
mate, he didn't want to play. He didn't want to play.
That's correct. I understand that. I'm saying that.
You know, I think we had to make the best out of a bad deal. But what we all did appreciate, the boy had some magical about him, and he's going to go give you entertainment and get you off your seat. He would frustrate you at times, but he was a talent all better.
Who's this we're talking about? Gasman?
Eggerman.
Oh, Eggerman. You could see. I mean, somebody's pointed that out in one of the podcasts. I don't know what one it was, but when you see Eggerman at first, you see he had something. You look at Cermetti, you don't see anything. You don't see anything in that boy at all. But Eggerman came onto the park, and as soon as he came onto the park, you went, oh, there's something about this guy. There's definitely something about this guy. And the reason we lost Eggerman is because we wouldn't play him. Clement wouldn't play him. Now and again he played him. And Ferguson came in, you thought Ferguson wouldn't play him either. So the boys went, peed off, I'm off. And I don't blame the guy. I don't blame that guy one bit. Because there's nobody in that team back last year and this year could have held that boy out that team. He should have been your number 9, mate. This year, he should have been our number 9. But again, you get good money. So you've got to let them go when they get good money. Again, what I was saying to you earlier on, we have to develop the player. Then as soon as good money, so we get maybe 20 minutes out of them to see them, and then that's it. And then on to next seasons to the next development brigade all come in, and then we sit and watch them fumbling about trying to be football players. Now, as soon as they're going, what is us as Rangers supporters? What are we supposed to expect at the club now? What we're supposed to just be applying more money into this and watch development of players who get sold on anyway. We never ever build a team. We never ever get a team that's going to last maybe 3-4 years. We just keep renewing players and bringing in projects and just keep selling them on. If you get good money, look, if somebody come in for Azagard right now and offered you at £3 million, you just let him go and all. There he's away and all. Right, so we've done enough.
Mate, if somebody come in and offered £3 for Azagard, I'd take it this now.
Well, it's tongue in cheek. I'm talking, mate. It's tongue in cheek. But at the end of the day, that's what we're going to be sitting watching. I can't sit and watch that, mate. That's not right. That's just not right. We're Glasgow Rangers, mate. We're supposed to be a big, well, everybody keeps telling us we're a big club. We're a big club. Are we? Are we really? I just see as the East 5 there, United or whatever it is. No disrespect to these teams of the Europe. We're just nothing, mate. And we're not even trying to be anything. So I heard Kavanagh saying there's money going to be spent in January. Please don't.
Right on, we better get his phone lines open, brother. Eh?
Yeah, wire in, pal.
Yeah, right. And I'll come right back to you, make me your point. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Carry on, Albert.
Aye, so he's saying there's going to be money spent. There's money to be spent if they want it in January. Please don't spend money. Don't get your tail well anyway to spend it. At the end of the day, mate, he said at his interview, they asked him about the market he shopped in this time for this bunch, and he's turned and went, do you think that market's spent and we don't? Oh, no, he says, I think there's still deals to be done in that market. So if he gets more good money, he's going back to that market again to get more of this crap. So don't give him it. Just don't give him it. If I was Kavanagh, I was actually Kavanagh. If I was actually sack him, but if we're not going to sack him, right, don't give him any more money. Just say you need to produce something that we've got to the new, and let's grow the club for there, and give him 2 months to do that. And if you can't do that, out the door you go. But please don't give him any more money.
I just think it's untenable, and I don't know about the CEO either. Yeah.
Oh, right, the CEO, Stuart, let's get this straight. He's put the target on his back. He fell out with the Rangers fans. He attacked the Union Bears. Now, he put that target on his own backs. The Union Bears didn't attack him. He attacked them. And as far as I'm concerned, done. And he also apologised to that mob across the city. And that's unacceptable, mate. Totally unacceptable. Apologising to that mob. Because the way your players have been treated up there at their midden, the way your fans are treated up there at their midden, is a disgrace. Did you ever hear them apologising? The posters and the things they've done to displays they've done up there against our team and our club is a disgrace, mate. So the wee rat, starts apologising to him. Nah, no on, mate. Definitely no on. No in my book, it's no. He's out. He's out. It's just a matter of time now before he goes. But the poster on the Govan stand on Saturday says, pack your bags. If you don't pack them, we're packing them for you. And that's the way it's going to be for him. He goes, mate. He's going. Gone. And Kavanagh, I keep calling him Kavanagh. Kavanagh better get that into his head because we're not going to accept this guy. He's going.
And also, I think the guy that he's brought in, his sporting director, I just think it's too toxic, mate. And he's had 2 interviews in the last weeks, and the highlights will be last month when he said that Martin was the best coach he's worked with. And the one I'll haunt him for this last week will be Chimitri is going to be a player, mate. People just they're like, you're gaslighting us.
Oh, that's just gaslighting, mate. That's just nonsense talk. I'm surprised, and it shows a great restraint in the club, the supporters, media, to actually say you're just talking crap at that meeting. But again, everybody's looking in. No, I mean it's a huge audience that's looking in, and they've held it off. But they've been entitled to just come and say. I mean, if I was in that meeting, I couldn't have held my breath. I'd have had to say that. You're just talking crap, mate. You're just gaslighting us here, and we're not wearing it.
Bridgeman, before we bring Josh in, Bridge.
I'm just going to say what old Bear's saying there, and I'm not being funny. I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now myself. I think the 2 officials need to go, and may I say, Mr. Thelwell should take his son with him. What they have done is the only thing they've done is give that his son a job. Other than that, they haven't actually done anything football-wise. We've stagnated. We were poor before. They brought in what's his name? Him that went away just the last day. I don't even know his name now. It's just shocking. And the young lad has came in. I admired what he did last night on the pitch. The fans were shouting to the players to, get GTF, But he came right over and got up into the stand or close to the stand with the fans, and I thought that was fabulous for him, and that should stand him in good stead. And hopefully the fans that were there see what he did and sort of support him, get him on with it. I agree, those 2, and I would say the son as well. Those 3 need to go, and as quietly or quickly as possible, they need to go, but preferably before Christmas, so that we can get some people in to replace them.
Preferably before Halloween, Bridgeman.
I'm saying that, well, any time before Christmas for me. But tomorrow would do me. They need to get time to get people in that'll do it. They can do the job. Thelwell is to me a nightmare. A nightmare. I don't know. I listen to him talking and I think, is he talking to me? Or is he talking to who? Who's he talking to? Maybe he's talking to the Everton players from 5 years ago or 4 years ago. Maybe he's talking to them. No, I'm sorry. This is not right. This guy is not suitable for our club in any way, shape or form, and neither is Mr. Stewart. So I was going to say I've got nothing against them, but I've got a lot against them. They're ruining the club. They're dragging the club down to levels never been. Absolutely.
Before we bring Josh in, right, I want a yes or a no answer after 2 years. Josh, you'll give it in a second. Right, so Megalome, is he a better player than Ridvan and Jeffrey? Yes or no? All better?
No.
No for me. No.
Is the Jigger a better player than Balogun, even though Balogun was done? All better?
No.
Better player than Proper? All better, who we weren't a fan of?
No.
Right. Is Bajovsky and Chimiti better players than Dessers, who we had fun with, and Iggerman? Yes or no?
Absolutely no. Sorry.
No.
Good, Rich.
No, I'm saying absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Tierney, a better player Ant-Man a better player than Cherney? I know he was on loan, but just, yeah.
No.
Albert?
No.
No for me.
Should I go on? There's a theme here, eh?
I
Indeed.
know. I mean, you can get right through the whole team and analyse them. But
Anyway, I'll come back to you, mate, because we've been joined by Josh. Evening, Josh.
Good evening, lads. You okay?
Aye, we're all right, mate. Range's no dead and solid today, Albert. He's been on the super laggers all day. I'm just emotional wreck, mate. Apart from that, we're fine.
And I've been on the Lamottes.
The baby sham I've been on.
Listen, Ox, you've just stole my thunder. 63 goals. 63 goals we've let go to the team. Cherney, Egerman and Dessers, and we've no replaced them. That tells you all about this recruitment. And these guys, they're well, his son and Stuart and Russell Martin.
We can't blame his son. We can't blame his son. Let's be honest. His son's only in the door 2 weeks. There's been no recruitment. Let's be fair. Yeah, let's be fair. He wasn't involved in any recruitment.
His sons took a place where we could have got somebody knowledgeable that knows.
He's not been involved in any recruitment. He shouldn't have got the job, but that's a different topic. But we can't blame him for the recruitment. He's not been involved. It's just
a shambles. Just a
Right,
shambles.
what I will say to you, Josh, it's the recruitment bringing players in because they players had to leave for different reasons. Cherney wasn't going to sign for us. Let's be really honest about it. His demands and he didn't really like his stay, right? Because I think what he was looking for, we wouldn't have paid. Egerman was desperate to leave. We get decent money for somebody with potential. We all knew that. We all knew the boy would do well. And Dessers made perfect sense. He had a year left in his contract. We got some money in for him instead of walking away for a 3. So actually getting rid of the 3 for different reasons made sense. Would you agree, Albert?
That's exactly why they went. It's not very complicated. That's as simple as that. That's why the 3 of them went. But to bring
in.
Aye, that's the thing. That's the thing. Even if they can't hit the 63 goals that they scored, they don't hit any goals. You can't go for 63 goals to no goals. Or 3 goals or something that's something mad ridiculously your right back's the top goal scorer again. Can't it be done, mate? It's stupid. I think the point we're all trying to make is the recruitment's poor. And I think that goes without saying. It's proved beyond a doubt. 14 players and every one of them stinking. You can't have that. Gasman, the exception. I'd say Gasman's the exception. And he's no playing well now. But 14 players, everyone stinking. That's that. But you can have some of them it takes a wee bit of time to settle in, but every single one of them. No, there's something not right there. It's just lack of ability, mate.
Your point is they've gone out the doors fair enough, Josh, but the ones were brought in atrocious so far, yeah, mate.
Yeah, I take your point. Yeah, but Egerman left because Clement never played him. I would have liked Dessers.
I don't agree with you, mate. I don't agree with you. Egerman left because he wanted to leave, mate. He's in a different culture. He wanted to go to a French-speaking place to play his football.
And look at him now. He's scoring goals for fun. He's scoring goals for fun. Every time you lift a paper.
You can't keep somebody that doesn't want to play for you, mate. He's not going to score goals for fun for you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know where we go.
When your ex-bird kicked you into touch, mate, you've no choice in it. Yeah, if you wanted to go with somebody else, you're knackered. Life moves on. You wanted to go, mate.
No, I agree with you. I agree with Josh. Egerman wanted to go because they wouldn't play him. Clement wouldn't play him. Then Ferguson came in and he didn't want to play him either. And that's the boy get fed up. The boy knew he's better than everybody else at that club. Every forward we had, he knew he was better than them all. and we wouldn't play him. He even proved I can score goals. He's proved it. And we don't. Then he has to leave. That's when he says, right, I'm not putting up with this. I'm off. I'm out of here. Especially with Ferguson. Clement, he couldn't stand. You could see it. But especially Ferguson come in, and you thought, all right, he's going to give him that. He's going to show Clement, you should have been playing this boy. And with his Ferguson, he doesn't play him. And you're saying, nah, the boys went, that's it. I'm out of here. That's when he wanted away. He didn't want away at the beginning, mate. He was coming on and scoring goals. And he should have been playing. We all know he should have been playing. And if he was playing, he'd have been happy. And if he come in, if Martin come in and the boy stayed at the club and he played him, right now he'd be our centre forward. Mate. He'd be our first choice centre forward, without a shadow of doubt.
I don't agree. What I do agree is if you would have played him, you might have get more money for him. Carry on, Josh.
But so as I was saying, I don't know where we go because Russell Martin and these recruitment guys have just done a number on us, and it's just like Albert said. I mean, you can get one or two stinking apples, but we've got a full squad plus the subs, and it's just no good enough. It's just there's something doesn't add up. It doesn't add up, and it's just wrong. It's as if it's been like we've been mismanaged. And see if we won there true Rangers supporters who'd think is there an insider in here meaning to do this to the club.
Don't go all there started on that, Josh. Don't go all there started on that.
Fifth columnist, Josh. Fifth columnists are in there.
Anyway, we've been joined by Jim as well. Evening, Jim.
Evening, Ox. Evening, Bill, Stuart. Sorry, boys. Albert, Bridge and Josh. Obviously, what do we say? Nightmare. But as you know, I wanted Russell Martin to have. I'd have liked him to have 3 transfer windows, but he was getting rid of him, and all the time it was 11 or 12 or 14 players that was on the park, including subs. That's the problem.
The players are poor, mate. They are poor. There's no getting away from it. We've just dissected a wee bit there, mate. Where do we go, Jim? You're a wise man, mate. Where do we go?
Unbelievable. I don't know. It's just, I hope this guy can get a break. I don't fancy a nice guy he is, but because he kept Sheffield Wednesday up, Martin took his team, no a great side, up into the Premier League. I know he came straight back down, but this guy kept them in the Championship, and everybody's saying he's a hero. He was the assistant at this team, he was assistant at that team. I wish the guy all the best, and I hope it does turn out for him. But was Archie Knox no assistant to Sir Alex and that? You know?
Walter Smith was assistant to Sir Alex.
He went down to, but I'm sure Archie Knox was there.
Hey, Jim, think it this way. He might, the way we're playing, he might be struggling to keep us up.
I don't know about that, but I think he might be struggling to keep his job for Christmas with 8 players. You know, and I hope it's right.
There is no way he's get sacked, mate. No chance. No chance.
Depends how bad we get.
It's not his fault, mate. They're that bad. It's the recruitment that's that bad. Everybody knows that. If he can't get a tune out of them, it's not his fault. It's a lack of ability in your squad. You can't blame the manager. We keep on blaming man, change manager, nothing changes. We'll sack Clement, we'll sack Martin, we'll sack Beale, we'll sack Gio, we'll sack everybody. And we've still no moved an inch forward. So you can't keep saying it's the managers. You can't keep saying that.
When Danny Rowe was at Sheffield Wednesday, he was getting players sold under his feet. Stands were getting shut down and all that kind of stuff. And the guy had like numerous headaches and all that. He done a good job. You can't go on the guy's back when he's just done in the door. It's not none. This isn't any his fault. He will get his players in. I firmly believe that. And what he done last night, he went straight over instead of going down the tunnel, first one down the tunnel. He waited and he went over and spoke to the Rangers players and the Rangers support. The Rangers support for about half an hour, 45 minutes last night. I watched it on the telly, and that was a good thing that he done. Absolutely fantastic thing that he done. He didn't need to do it, but you can just see he's a good guy. I mean, this situation where all these players are absolute useless. It's no his fault. We can only judge him. We can only judge him. We can only judge him when he gets his own players in. Once
Josh,
he gets his own players in.
I didn't say one word that it was his fault. I never said it was his fault. I'm not judging him. I says I wish him all the best. But everybody thinks because of what he done with Sheffield Wednesday, oh, this guy's a superstar.
But he did.
I've never said it once.
But he did. He was a superstar.
You said he's a superstar.
He was a superstar. If you read up on it.
Oh my God.
He is a superstar. He had good players that he relied on got sold under his feet, and stands in the ground are shut down. If you look at Sky Sports this morning, they're in liquidation now, Sheffield Wednesday. They're ready to go bust. That's the kind of job that he done. So how's that not a superstar?
So that's the manager. That's what we're looking for. You know, I don't get it. It's the players we need to get rid of. It's nothing to do with the manager. Russell Martin get the blame, and it was all his tactics and all that. I listened to that. That man, you need 3 windows to build a team. That's my opinion, 3 windows. Right? No manager has had that. Maybe Gerrard, probably the last one today. But you need to get rid of the duds. You need to get rid of the duds we've got. That's the most important thing.
Russell Martin was never ever going to get 3 windows. Never ever with the support, because he was toxic. We all knew he was toxic. He said the same thing. Every interview he said the same thing. It was like a broken record, breaking down, and until you fix the needle, it'll no go back. It'll no play the song to the end. I'm glad Russell Martin's away, because he's put us in where we are now, along with Thelwell and Stewart.
I think they're more the problem than the managers. I think it's above him, you know. And I don't know what these Yanks will do if they'll get rid of them, but I think they should get rid of them immediately, especially Stewart and Thelwell, both of them. But an Aberdeen season ticket holder, it's incredible. And as you said, Josh, they could be pulling strokes from behind to make us worse.
Who knows? That's what I said just before you came on, mate. I said if we won the true Rangers supporters, we would think these insiders are out to destroy the club for good, and that's how it looks. That's how it looks to the players in the park and the staff up that runs the club. And the Americans are just sitting back, going like Kavanagh's coming in a plane ever so often just to let the support see his face. That's not good enough. You need to go and say, look, you I don't know, I don't like what you're doing here. There's no performances on the park. No, beat it, and I need to get somebody else. We need to get other people in that knows and that has a clue how to run Glasgow Rangers Football Club, because we are a laughing joke. We are an absolute laughing joke. Rock bottom, -5 goal difference in Europa League. See that was two seasons ago under Clement. We'd be winning the three games. We'd be in 9 points now. That's the margin that we've dropped. Our clowns.
As Ox said earlier, every question, every player that he asked, everybody's answer was no, mine included. So that's why you'd had a better team than what you've got just now.
Absolutely agree.
All right,
no team to win the league. But that team win the league.
That team win it. Well, they might this season, Malbear. Right, listen, look, I think pretty much, Bridgeman, you can come in here and see what you think. I think, bizarrely, people have different opinions, and I always admired Jim when he came on. He swam against the tide, and that's no hard. When everybody's trying to buy a drink, Bridge, and you're trying not to, you know how difficult that is, you know what I mean? Right?
Aye, I do.
Right, but Jim stuck to his guns for his reasons. I think it wasn't Russell Martin. He just genuinely believes that managers should have 3 transfer windows to see how they go on. And that makes sense. But Josh has got another valid point there, Bridgeman, that Russell Martin was never a good fit. And these 2 guys that are there at the club, I just think, and I say before Harleen, I genuinely believe that. For their own sake as well, mate, this is toxic. And we don't want that. We don't want that for our club. We want to take the heat away and we want to move on. And the Americans must think we're nuts. But what they don't understand is it's no American sport. It's Glasgow Rangers, mate.
Yeah, that tells us it's obvious that's what it is. But what we've got is somebody put Russell Martin in to be our manager. Whomever that was, and we can only go to the next level up with them, and we'll get 2 guys in front of them. So these 2 guys installed Russell Martin as a manager. A huge mistake, obviously, and it's turned out that way. But the same 2 people are sitting there saying, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. The manager must have been bad. We would agree the manager's bad, but they selected the bad manager. What they saw in him, I don't know. Now, what they put in is they put in this young German guy, and I bet you he's a 10 times better manager than Russell Martin ever was, but they 2 are still there. And when you think about it, somewhere along the line, that problem area has to be reviewed. Now, I'm not saying that they will get rid of him. I hope they do, but I don't think they might. I think they might just hang on, maybe change their mind a wee bit, rein them in a wee bit. But for me, the fans didn't like Russell Martin. After about 5 minutes, they didn't like him. They listened to his talk, pre-match and after a match, and sorry, it's just nothing going. No respect for the Rangers fans, none at all. And these 2 above are doing the same thing. They have got no respect for Rangers fans. They're thinking they're holding the money and blah, 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 blah. And the Rangers fans will do what they're told. Well, sometimes they won't. And I don't think they're going to be happy with A2 there. So somewhere along the line, somebody's going to have to get the bulldozer in and throw them out and get two new people in. I believe that. I believe it'll happen. But I think the Rangers manager at the present moment is not a bad manager. But once again, we'll see the famous words. You're going to be judged on your results. And he had a horrendous result last night. Horrendous.
Yeah, there's nobody throwing any blame at him. You could argue about his team selection, or you argue about the changed it. You could do all that, but he doesn't know the players. He doesn't know what he's got. I'll be interested to see how it goes. We look at the recruitment, and Thirlwell says, and I think this is a wee bit of gaslighting as well. I think it's clever. He makes like he says, Albert, that he says that he never gave a manager any player he didn't want. Explain to me how you think that works, Albert.
Conversation we had today tells you it's a play on words, isn't it? It's the case of here's 4 players. Here's 4 players. We can't get the first 3, but we can get him. You want to take him? Aye, okay. There you are. You've agreed. The 2's have agreed. We're taking him. It's silly, mate. It's him trying to be cute. But at the end of the day, I mean, we need to keep focused on this because we're bringing Martin in. Martin's away. I'll tell you one thing. Martin's probably sitting in his house last night smiling and saying, I told you about this mob, this group of players, because he'd fell out with them, let's be honest, or some of them anyway. And Tavernier and Butland now are coming out and giving you hints to what's happening in the dressing room now. The dressing room's split. There's no doubt about that. They're not playing as a team. Nothing is working in the club. Nothing. So you're looking at this and saying, right, okay, us as supporters, we need to keep focused. All the emphasis is on these players now. There's bad recruitment. That doesn't mean they just, well, what is that? We're bad players, so that's it. They still need to try, mate. Even bad players try. They need to put the effort in. And we need to see it on the park. That's all we've got left, mate. These players need to start running. These players need to start fighting for a ball.
Here's a hard question. I'll go to Jim first, then Josh, then Bridge, and then Albert. Right. This is going to be a hard one. Right. You ready for it, Jim?
Yes.
Who's the worst player we've signed this last window in?
Well, value the big striker. That's for me.
Right, makes sense. Pound for pound. Yes. Yeah, right. I get it. Josh?
I have to agree with that. I'd say £8.5 million wasted down the drain. It's humility. The guy doesn't even look like a striker. I mean, look, I said that last night, Ox. If that was Igaman or Dessers that had that heady in the box, just the keeper to beat, would have scored. You know they would have. But the guy's just there's something no right. And it goes back to my point: are these people inside jobs to destroy us? I mean, it's just, how can you buy a player that's that amount of money, and he how many goals has he scored? 1, 2, something like that.
Well, I'm not really interested in what he's done in the past. I'll ask Albert, how many goals has he scored for us, Albert?
None.
Thank you.
As you know, well, there you go.
No.
There you go.
I don't think United's had a shot in target.
Aye, the one in the game he ran through and hit the guy's legs with it, didn't he?
I forgot about that. He's some player.
Right, same question to you, Albert.
You can't answer that, mate. They're all bad. Who's the worst?
No,
They're all
you're
bad.
going to have to go for the worst.
No, they're all bad, mate. I can't pick the worst.
Yeah,
they're all that
mate.
bad.
You get it, Splinter.
No, I'm not doing it, mate. It's they're all bad. Every single one of them. It's a team game, remember. It's not just one player. It's a team game.
All right. Albert, sitting on the fence, not like you, mate. There's Splinters and everything. Bridgman, who's annoying you the most?
I think I can't disagree with what the guys have said up to now, but I have to say, I would say the Giga, the centre half, he's a lone player, and I think he's the worst player we've had. He is just woeful,
All right. Aye. I'm going to try and get you. What one's annoying you the most then, Albert?
Well, that's easy. Tavernier.
Woohoo!
Tavernier. Do you know
Mr. I'll take everything. I just can't be annoyed with this anymore. It shows you, by the way, it shows the character of these players that come in. And Tavernier can just take everything, and not one player has challenged them to say, no, I'll take this. A free kick, a corner kick, or whatever. Not one player stood up to him and said, no, you can't take it, I'll take it. Like Cornelius or Broadwell saying, well, we take free kicks, we take corners. Not once. Tavernier just takes everything, and he's stinking at it, mate. Absolutely stinking at it. But you just, game after game, manager after manager, it's just him. What's that?
Don't know if you noticed, similar to the last European game, he nearly gave a goal away for a throw-in the first half.
Yep. It's infuriating, mate.
Right. Anybody, any good news?
I've only played 3 times a week.
I've got good news. We've got an even better chance of winning the cup semi-final with Alistair Johnston, Carter Vickers, and Elinacho out for 3 or 4 months. There you go. That's 3 of their so-called good players. Huh? Two. The whole 3 of them limped off. Well, 2 of them limped off after 2 minutes, it says in the BBC Sport, and Carter Vickers gets subbed, and he's out for 5 months actually, Carter Vickers. So that's a 3 out of the semi-final.
They could play us with 8 men, but that forward line of yours, we still wouldn't score, mate. That's how bad they are.
If we play the 45 minutes play the 45 minutes and we turn that into a 90-minute game that we played at Ibrox with Dundee United, then I'm sure we'll beat them. But we seem to be playing.
We've not won 2 halves all season, Josh.
I know that. That's what I was going to say. I know that. That's why I say if we played the 45 minutes and turned it into miraculously a 90-minute game or a 94, 96-minute game, we would beat them. But that's what I was going to say. That's why I said that. But that's the only good news that I see anyway. I don't think they're a good team anyway.
After the show, mate, I'm sure Albert will sign it, missing them well, yeah.
I think Hearts will beat them on Sunday. At Tynecastle.
I just want to remind you, mate, this is Rangers Radio. Tell them all there, yeah?
I know. Keep focused and stay on the subject. Rangers.
People have been banned for less, Josh. Banned for less. All right, Bridgman?
What was that? I heard you saying Bridgman.
People have been banned for less.
Did they wake me up there, Bridge? Did they wake you up there, mate?
No, I just wondered what's going on. Because they're all laughing and so on and so forth. I wasn't dead sure if there was a point in it. Other than something to do with the players.
I think, Jim, have you got the show on in the background? Is it coming through?
No.
Somebody's got something coming through. If you get the telly or something, don't just be aware of it. Yeah. All right. Listen, we're getting close to the tune, but look, a lot of positivity, and that's what I think's happening. I don't disagree with you all better about the recruitment, and I think that's what happens in most clubs. If you're honest, they need a right back. You go and see who you can get, who's available, and who wants to come. You might start off with a list of 20, Albert. How many do you think you finish with?
That's true. It's just the way it happens, isn't it? That's the way they go. We seem to get the wrong players all the time now. It's going to be a ploy, by the way, with these players, because the players we get can't run. We keep buying players that can't run. That must be part of their stats and things like that. They look at this and go, right, can he actually cover 100 yards or 40 yards in X amount of time? Aye. Oh, well, we don't want him then. Can he do it? Oh, he takes ages to do it. He's about 30 seconds to drum 100 yards. Oh, well, let's have a look at him. He put him in the maybe pile. Because I watched that wee boy Moore. We broke away last night. It's strange enough. We break away. He's got a full half of a park to run into. Can he do it, mate? Can he do it? He had 3 or 4 yards of a start on the player caught him. But no bother. No even running at full pelt did they catch him. I'm saying, look at this. Why do we keep buying players or bringing players in that can't run? It's stupid. And we've been doing it for years now, mate. Years. But there you go. Rodwell, can't run. Rodwell, can't he last 90 minutes, let alone run? It's madness, mate. It's total madness. Yeah, you look at him on the ball all the times and he does AV quick steps and he's running way the ball. You look, he looks not too bad. 2 minutes later, you look if he's ran 3 marathons. He looks if he's ran 3 marathons, one after the other. But there you go. It's I don't know. It's a recruitment again, isn't it, mate? We've said it all night and keep on saying it. Somebody in Rangers listens to us. No Thelwell, anyway.
Aye. And just before we go to the show, we mentioned the 2 executives. Is it time to part company? Yes or no, Jim?
Definitely.
Josh?
Absolutely.
Rich?
No.
No, would you keep them?
Uh-huh.
Rationale? What's your rationale?
We can't get rid of anybody until Christmas. Simple as that. So I've got to keep them.
The 2 executives?
No, executive, of course. Can get in. They can go tomorrow. They could go tomorrow for me. I apologize if I was something else there. Definitely tomorrow. Bye-bye. Or work up to it.
This doesn't really work if you're not listening, does it?
I was listening back. Never mind.
But Bridge said no there. I was doing a double yes, but he changed his mind and says yes. So Bridge agree. I agree. They go.
And before we go to the tune, Smurf, yes or no?
Oh, they've got to go. That's it. Well, they are going to go. The only people that don't know
Yes or
K2.
no? Smurf.
Yeah.
Smurf. Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you, mate. Get yourself in mute because we're going to have a tune.
I close my eyes and picture the lovely Ibrox sea. I never even think about the 40 shades of green. The lads that I will sing about, King William's chosen few, are a credit to our loyal club in their shirts of royal blue. I think that I can see again Davy Wilson on the wing, Miller, Brand and Henderson, for praises we did sing. Greg and Shearer played their part, and Slim Jim Baxter too, and they lifted many trophies in their shirts of royal blue. The Hibs, the Hearts, the Celtic, the two teams in Dundee, and the Northern Lights of Aberdeen don't mean that much to me. And other teams throughout the land have supporters, just a few, but the team we love is Rangers in the shirts of royal blue. I think that I can see again Davy Wilson on the wing, Miller, Brand and Henderson, the praises we did sing. Greg and Shearer played their part, and Slim Jim Baxter too, and they lifted many trophies in their shirts of royal blue. And they lifted many trophies in their shirts of royal blue, and lifted many trophies in their shirts of royal blue.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Thanks for that, Fox. Welcome, Smurf. You sneaked in the boys' gate just before the tune there. How you doing, brah?
I get left there. I'm doing well. I'm just on my way to work. I was going to say to you, I watched that interview again with Elwell. We've got our own Lywell, haven't we?
I see what you've done there, Smurf. That was quite clever.
Do you see that? Do you like that? I'm clever. We've got our own Lywell. That's a new moniker. I hope that sticks. And he's going to have that for free. Right. So, I watched that interview when he was talking about his boy. Be thick, right? Thick. Because, and lucky and brazen, right? He's turned round and tell us about the 7 interviews.
Oh, we're losing you, Smurf. We're losing you, mate. But I think we get the point. I'll let Albert pick it up and see if we can get you back. Albert, Lywell, I quite like that one, yeah?
What was his point?
I think he's saying that we've been gaslit, mate. Yeah, I think he's talking about his boys, the 7 interviews. Yeah.
Aye. He's saying the manager. I think he's saying that the manager's had 7 interviews, but his boy never been one. I don't even think he had an interview, did he? He just said Purdy wanted him, and that was it.
Aye. It doesn't pass the sniff test. I don't even know if it passed the sniff test if we're doing well, mate, if that makes sense.
Ox,
He's aye. Carry on.
Ox, who would you give pass marks so far? There's one for you. And to everybody, who would you give pass marks to right now?
Not one, mate. Not one player, mate. Not one. Maybe Gasman might be because he's new. Butland's done okay, but if you look at the goals we've lost, we're in the negative a lots, mate. He's had some decent games. I don't think there's a player. Maybe Butland, and that pass mark will be 5.5, maybe 6, mate. He's not any howlers, but he's no. To be the best player in that team at the moment is no high bar. No, Tab's been poor and Suter's been abysmal. Yeah, Raskin's been just. I mean, Raskin just shows what. With the third goal, mate, when he actually plays it into the guy's path, it shows you it's a team game, mate. Everybody's got to do their job. It's not about you as an individual, as all Albert points out. But you're back with us, Smurf. You there, mate?
Aye. So my point was that when he spoke about hiring his boy, he said how stringent it was in all the interviews and how he was put through the ringer. And it's, you fool me once, you know what I mean? Do you think we're going to buy that again? This guy's brazen. He's got to go. And the chairman is nobody's fool. He can't be a fool and be that wealthy. And I just hope he's beavering away in the background, finding his replacement as we speak.
Right, mate. I like your line. Well, I go back to Josh's point. I don't see anybody of the season so far. There's been players in glimpses, at times and done all right. But collectively over the season, they pass marks. It's been abysmal. Albert?
I agree with that, mate. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. I keep telling you, it's a team game as well. So individually, maybe stuck out individually. Gasman for a wee while looked if he was going to do something but you can't expect a winger to be in form every single game. It doesn't happen with wingers. But no, nobody, mate. It's a team game as well. As a team, beyond belief, mate. Beyond bad. It's non-existent, mate. Just non-existent. And if Tavernier and Butland were to be believed, I think you'll get problems in the dressing room. And if you look at that team on the part, I think that's a big problem that Raw has to sort out right away. And for all accounts, he's nobody's fool. So if you're starting to, and here we go, and I'll say all the ones that supported Raskin the last time, if this comes down to an argument with the manager again and the players, any player, you've got to back the manager. I don't care who it is. If it comes down to arguing with a player, the manager gets backed right away because these players have proved to us they're no worth backing. So I'm no backing any player that's going to argue with this manager. And I think Martin will be sitting in the house saying, I warned you about this. I try to tell you that in behind the scenes, these players are no pulling their weight. They're interested in, I don't know what they're interested in. I don't like your system. I don't like the way we train. I don't care what they like, what they don't like.
Maybe getting your hair in nice braids, mate. Maybe they're more interested in that.
Aye, things like that. No, I mean, I don't care what it is, mate. They're contracted and paid to play for Rangers, and I'm expecting them to go out there and put a professional performance on every game. No some games. No when it comes up their humph. No when they're, I don't feel like it quite today. Every game, mate. Every single game. So all we can hope for now, mate, is effort. If you go to see the effort getting put in here, because there was no effort put in last night. That was pathetic. All of a sudden we get 2-0 down, and the two same players, Tav and Raskin, start charging about, lose all discipline in their position, just charge about the park, anywhere and everywhere, trying to prove that we'll get us back in. I'm looking at this and going, this is pathetic. This is schoolboy stuff. This is primary schoolboy. You're going, what he's doing? You're professional football players. They too don't realise that that is a bad team, and them doing what they're doing is making it an even worse team. Stick to your position, stick to your job, just do your jobs. If the rest of you that are in and about are no doing theirs, they'll soon show up. But you do your job. And that's what's wrong. Too many people are no doing their job. It's for whatever reason, but they too. Calm down. Just play your. If Steve Tavernier would just play right back and say, like, I'm stopping this wing or getting down this wing and stopping crosses coming in. That's what I'm going to be doing today. Right? It's up to Ant-Man, it's up to Gasman, it's up to Chermetti and the midfield to go up there and score goals. It's no my remit to go up there and score. I'm going to do my job and Raskin turn and say, I'm winning the ball and I'm moving on to Asgard or one of the wingers or the forward or whoever it is. I'm doing my job and let the rest of them do their jobs. But at the moment, nobody's doing anything. It's all just looking at each other and going, oh, well, what do we do? Oh, here comes Tav to take another free kick. Oh, here comes Tav to take the shy. Oh, here comes Tav to take the corner kicks. Oh, Raskin gets the ball. Always give Raskin the ball. I'm looking at Raskin going, you shouldn't be asking it. You even asking for this ball, but you're wanting him to give you the ball. It's pathetically stupid, idiotic football, mate.
Don't get me the amount of times Asgard get caught in possession, but listen, I actually feel I've got a bit of sympathy for Danny Rowe. He's come in and he can't do anything to January because of where he's come in. Jim?
Finlay Curtis for me, only because minutes on the park. He's a pass. He's a pass for me. I think the boy scored 3 goals.
I get what you're saying, mate. He's got a great attitude. And he looked awful on Saturday when he came on because he's hardly kicked the ball for months.
That's correct.
Aye.
Can I come in with a question, Ops?
Of course you can, Mr. Fox. Always good to hear from you, mate.
Right, my question is team bonding a big problem at Ibrox? We have so many players of different nationalities, players on loan, and I don't think they're mixing well enough together. I think even Martin, when he took them down to Balloch, spotted that was a problem. And I think it's a big problem inside our club. There's been that much of a turnover in the last year that players, and you were speaking about Egerman earlier on, I think that was a big problem with Egerman as well. He couldn't handle the language problem, and I don't think he was bonding with MD. And so when he get the chance to go to a French-speaking club, he was awful a shot.
All right. Albert.
Oh, definitely, mate. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Especially now that Tav and Buckland are saying to you. They're actually telling you without telling you. And no one's, because professionals don't do that. But I agree. Egerman to me was just playing, mate. Maybe a bit of language, but definitely the bonding. But it's playing with him. If they ever gave him games, mate, there is no chance he'd have left Rangers. Not at this time, anyway. He might have left eventually, but not this time. But as you say, he got a chance to go to a French team, and off I went. But I agree with the team bonding. It is a problem, mate. They don't look like a team. Even when they walk out the tunnel, they don't look like a team. I say to myself, they're not together. They're just simply not together. It's bad, mate. And then we play. Raskin doesn't want to give the ball to anybody but his pals. Rodwell keeps running towards Raskin for whatever reason best known to himself. Apart from the first half against Dundee United there. He started running, going behind players and going between them and taking the pass and moving forward. Look, a different player. Asgard's the same, going between. But Raskin started passing the ball to them. He started winning the ball, getting the ball, passing it on right away. Instead of this, get the ball, run with the ball, caught in possession. That's what he's been doing. That's the sign of a bad player, mate. His level of talent and has been an international. Shouldn't he be playing the way he's playing? It's suicidal and it's crazy and it shows a lack of maturity. So as far as I'm concerned, they could get. In fact, what they want to do, Fox is good for a bevy, get them all drunk, and let's see what comes out of that. They'll probably roll about the flare, but let them roll about the flare. Let them all have a square go with each other. Do something, but get this team up and running. They should be playing together, and it starts with effort, mate. There is no excuse they can give you for no running.
I know. Maybe they can't run. Aye, good point with Fox there. Josh?
Maybe they can't run. Is that what you said there, Oxia? Maybe they can't run. Imagine a players playing for a club the stature of the Glasgow Rangers and they can't run.
Well, I should have said they maybe not be able to run fast, but they can run. But run as fast as you can.
I believe
these players are just simply no running.
I'm laughing at the irony of it all because I've said this for months and months and months. But there's something wrong with the training and coaching at our club because nobody seems to be fit. They just don't seem to be fit. When you watch their third goal the other night there, seriously, the ball comes through and there's only three of them running and then a fourth one joins them. Where he came from, we've got half our team or more in their half. And all of a sudden, they can't get back. They just can't get back. So I don't understand why we're so poor. And even the ones that are back at that point in time, they don't have the pace. They can't keep up with the other players. So we lose a goal. And we've said this all the time. Even the ones that don't say it know it. You know, they just know we lose goals for absolutely no reason other than poor defending, lack of pace, lack of possession, falling over the ball, you name it, the mistakes, they're all there. Tavernier took two throw-ins last night and caused 2 goals, in my opinion. Absolutely woeful. Anyway, I'm stopping. I'm not moaning anymore.
We never really looked at, but what about Ant-Man's touch for the second goal?
Oh, sure.
Then they broke away, he gave away the foul because he chased them back.
That's what it was, yeah, it was.
The touch, there was nobody near him and he miscontrolled it. Anyway, Fox's point, Josh, the team bonding, the mixture of nationalities, mixture of, I don't know, cultures maybe.
Cosmopolitan
That'll
culture.
do. Yeah.
I don't think there is any bonding. I don't think there has been any bonding since we kicked off at Motherwell all the weeks ago. And it's just went on. It's just a domino effect. And it's just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I just don't understand what they're doing. As Brad said, I don't understand what they're doing in training sessions because it's definitely no try to improve. And it's baffling. It's baffling you. And you give yourself a sore head going over the same old situation and topic of conversation all the time with these players that you just don't see any improvement in. And I just think here's something I want to ask to everybody. Do you think Butland and Tav are coming out now and spilling the beans to save themselves because of their poor performances?
I don't know, mate. I don't know, but the Fox mentioned bonding.
Please hold.
Fox mentioned bonding. I think they could do. The trouble is, there's not enough people watching Big Stevie's bonding. If you don't see what I've done there, yeah, and they don't understand what our club's about. You look at that team last night. I believe sort of went towards our club, but through that team, there's no Rangers supporter on the pitch. Connor Barron, no. Scottish boy we bring on, you know what I mean? No one. And I don't know if it's a good plan for us or am I just a dinosaur? Jim?
I just think
Josh. Your name's Josh. Yeah?
Aye.
All right. Just write it on your horn, mate, so you don't forget. We all have to do it from time to time. Jim?
Yeah, I think Fox is 100% correct. Yes, definitely something wrong. I don't know how you fix it. I hope this guy can. But I hope he doesn't get slagged if he takes him to a Monroe or something. They're doing to jump in Loch Lomond.
Okay, I get
it. That's the only game we win. That's the only game we win, Jim.
Here you come, Josh.
Hello.
Oh, I've been joined by Bob Ger, then I'll go back to Josh. On you go, Bob Ger.
Aye, how you doing? I don't know where to start. In fact, I'm not going to start. I've been sitting analysing this all day. And what conclusion, where we go from here, God knows. It's going to take a bit of time to sort all this out. That was soul destroying last night. They made that lot look like Real Madrid. That's three average teams in Europe we've played with been beat by the three of them. I don't know. I've listened to the analysis all day, and they do it the rest of you have as well. So, aye, I don't know, Ken. What do you think, old bear?
It's three bang average teams, mate. It's beating us, and they're not just beating us, mate. They're beating us well.
Aye.
Each one of them could have been tankings, and you're looking at it and saying to yourself, "There's no improvement here." Why? I mean, Martin said it first. Oh, we need to shore up. We need to get the defence better. Right? We need to get that. Never managed it. Now that boy's saying the same thing. We need to get this sorted. We need to make it harder to get through us. And then last night they did that. But that was that. I mean, I feel sorry for this manager because he's looking at these guys and going, "Poof, I can come in and sort one or two wee things." But that amount, this is a new squad.
I've seen a look of wonderment on his face. Did any of you notice the look on his face last night? In one of the camera shots, I've seen a look of wonderment on the boy's face. I just have to say, what the hell have I got myself into here? I don't know. All right, it's only his first 90 minutes. We'll need to give him a chance. I'm not going to lay the blame at his door. It's no his fault.
No.
But what I'm saying is he's got a massive job in his hands, and we all know that. And I hope he's capable of seeing it through. So that's behind Europe's behind us now, let's be honest. We'll just have to go on with league business.
And you come, Josh.
Old school's correct. The lack of bonding and multinationals, cosmopolitan, whatever you want to call them. These guys are not really interested in. They're there for the money. They're there to profile, to be at a club like ours, to get their profile heightened so that they can just leave. They're not really Rangers orientated, and that's probably why they're not really seen 110%. I think we should just go down the seeing the talent in our own country, instead of paying millions and millions of pounds for like guys like Chamiti and that.
George, can I interrupt you there, pal?
Yeah.
Can I interrupt you if you don't mind?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've noticed the same as me that football is totally cosmopolitan now at the highest level, and they're all throwing around millions of pounds, like you say. I don't think there's a talent in Scotland for to make Rangers any better. That's why we've went down the cosmopolitan road like everybody else. So I wouldn't just put it down to that, pal, that the team's been sprinkled with foreigners. It's been sprinkled with foreigners for a long, long time, the same as anybody. What the answer is, again, this is just the analysis of it all, and you're giving a fair assessment on it, mate. But I don't think it's down to the fact that the team is cosmopolitan. I think it's just down to a lack of talent, a lack of recruitment, a lack of bad recruitment, plenty of bad recruitment. That's how I would lay the door it. And
so
until it gets better, we're just all going to have to grin and bear it, bud.
So if we had the boy Murray for Dundee and Gogic, do you think they would improve our team? The striker for Dundee and Gogic for St Mum, do you think they would improve the team?
They're no any better than what we got.
Sorry,
Murray's more mobile than Chamiti, and would rumble up defences, yeah. And would have paid the money for him? So value for cash, aye. Be more effective in our league, definitely. Yeah. Would he get you to the next level, or try and improve you to get to the next level? That's a whole different question, Albert, isn't it?
Definitely, mate. It'd be effective to a certain extent. But as I said before, mate, you don't. It's the old cliche. Bob will tell you better than me. The old cliche is you don't sign the players that play well against you. You sign the players that play well against them. Because we keep signing these players. There you are, like me, Oski. When he played with Aberdeen against us, you're looking at him going, "Wow, well, this boy's some player. He's got speed. He can score goals. He's got a bit of edge about him. Look at him with us, man. He looks as if he's towing a caravan. He looks as if he's lost a yard of pace. He doesn't look the same player at all. and you're going, right, might be even no give him service. He's a certain type of player. And before he came to Rangers, they must have knew that, going, they don't play a style of play that suits my game. But he came anyway, so you're looking and saying, well, what's the point of that? But I don't think these players that you're talking about would get... They players are good in the teams they play for. They look good in the teams they play for because the pressure on their teams is nowhere near the pressure that's on Rangers players. They would really need to up their games, mate, just to stand still playing at Rangers. To even come close to the performance they put in for Dundee and St Mirren respectively. And I don't think they've got that talent to lift their game to that level. They might look good, and they do look good against us, and they try like hell against us, there's no doubt about that. And they cause us problems, no doubt about that. But could they do that in a Rangers jersey to every other club in the league? I'm not too sure. Not too sure about that.
I would have signed.
And by the way, you got
7 years ago as a squad player. I would have signed him 7 years ago. I think he's well on the hill now. But he's been not a bad football player for years. And I would have signed him 7 years ago. No.
Signed who else?
Gogic.
Oh,
I
aye.
think he's about 34 now, isn't he?
Aye.
They signed him when he was at Hamilton Accies.
Right, when he played with Hamilton, mate, and I think he went to
That's
Hibs for a
correct,
while,
yeah.
didn't he?
I think it was very impressive, very impressive.
You know.
Crack him in there, Ops.
Oh, sorry, Smurf. Sorry, mate. In you come, mate. Sorry.
No, that's all right. No, what I was going to say is, kind of get what Albert's saying, but I still disagree with him in the sense that, see if you're buying players of a certain amount of ability, right, that are maybe not going to go and set records, but see if they've got a degree of mobility and pace and and they're going to set standards and demands and they're going to work their socks off, right? See if you get a blend in the squad where you've got a talent that's greater than a guy that you brought in for your league's talent, but that guy's working twice as hard as you. You're not going to get a sniff, so you're forced to work hard, and there's nobody pushing these guys, and there's nobody gets it, there's nobody understands the physicality and the challenges of the leagues. So you need people that are a foundation, if you like, of a squad that is tried and tested at this league, and that have got certain characteristics and attributes, what Jock Wallace would have called character, to set standards at the club. And it's not there. It's full of wee boys that need to get away home, take their milk, become mummy's little soldier, and maybe and don't run with scissors. You know what I mean? They're wains. Away you go. You've no business being here. It's not for you. Half of them look scared. They look scared. You can't even judge them. They look that scared. Max Aarons said he was frightened of the crowd. They're in the wrong movie. And thankfully they're on loan. And being on loan is half the problem, because they're not committed. They've always got an escape. They can always get onto their agents or their clubs and say, I want to come back in January or whatever. So they're not going to risk injury. They're just on a wrong movie. I watched last night after the show an interview with Jock Wallace when he first came back to Rangers. And he says he wanted good, hard games. The three best clubs in the country were the Manx, the Sheep, and Dundee United at the time. And I think that was his first 3 games. He says, I want good, hard games, and I'll know what these players are all about. And my first job is to get them to play as a team. Because when things go wrong, players go all individual. And it's probably, that's true, rings true today. These guys, they've no relationship with each other like they did back in that day. And they don't even live here. Half of them live, contracted to clubs doing England. They've been individuals when they go to the club, and they'll be individuals when they leave the club. We need our own players, and we need a foundation of players that are good in this league and work hard enough, and that are going to set the standards and are going to gel. Guys that are fey here. And Murray's a great example. Simon Murray, you know, is a hard-working, industrious guy, and he'll run harder. I'd put him in that team for any Rangers striker I know, and he's finished. Anyway, that's it. That's me. You have my soapbox.
The trouble is, mate, I'll bring Albert in right to reply that, but it's not a great bar when you see better than the strikers we've got this now. You know, the three, Danilo. You know, look at him. He was going to be a mainstay at the start of the season. He's just disappeared and then come on last night. I don't even know if he touched the ball. I know it was there. It's long. It was a cameo, but there you go. 6 million plus the wages. It's unbelievable, Albert, isn't it?
It is, mate. But what's actually happening with these players that are coming in now? I'm not going to stick up for them. Don't think for a minute, but what's happening with they players and other players? They get fed this line and they get drummed into them. And as soon as it's, it's Glasgow Rangers, it's so there's expectations and all that. And they're listening to all this. And what they actually did, they're expecting something. They're going into the park, like that, Asgard and people like that. They go into the park and they're expecting something to happen because of Glasgow Rangers players. They forget that they're forgetting the actual basics that no, you need to make it happen because you're a Glasgow Rangers player. This whole squad's flatlined, mate. There's no doubt about it. It's flatlined. And to resurrect it, if it can be resurrected, okay, it might take players like Murray and all that. But I don't think that it's a sad state of affairs if we're thinking that, and he's probably right, Smith's probably right, Murray would help to generate some life into this team, this squad. But again, you'll probably have to fight the ones that are here to do it, because the ones that are here to do it are here at the moment, just seem to have this wee cushy life that they. I mean, Tab came out yesterday and says, "I'm sick of this coming out angry after a game." I go, I see what you're saying. They're angry in the dressing room, but they're never angry on the park. They never look angry on the park. They look, I'm feared. As Smith said, they look like wee boys, totally too. Wee shrinking violets that go, this will all be ours soon. Only another 10 minutes, 20 minutes to go. What are we getting beat? We're only getting beat 3-0. Well, that's not too bad, is it? That's it. They can't complain too much about that. That's what it feels like, mate. It's not a do in the day. We got a wee draw today. What a result that was. We got a draw today. It's pathetic, mate. And McCoy is going on about it, wee boys. He just keeps calling them wee boys. And that's exactly what they are. But then you look at the boys that are no, Butland's no a wee boy, Tab's no a wee boy, Sutter's no a wee boy, Cornelius is no a wee boy. And you look at Raskin, he acts like a wee boy, but he shouldn't be a wee boy because he's a Belgian international. You look up front and you're going, well, they are wee boys. You go, well, where we go? Perjami, he's no a wee boy, but he can't get a game. But he's quite happy to sit on the bench and jog along and get his money. Not interested in actually fighting or forcing his way into the team. Sometimes you got to do it with your mouth. Sometimes you got to batter the manager's door saying, I want to play. You can't keep me out because of this mob, because there's nobody in there better than me. I want a game. Give me a game and go on and prove something on the part. But none of this is happening. All we see is that performance last night, and we've seen some bad performance, but that one, for being bad, it was on a different level, mate. That was, as I said to you today, that's a pinnacle of badness. That's just a pinnacle of crap, mate, that one. Aye.
That was a good line. Listen, the lone players at home, the Giga, Mikey Moore, even Cornelius, it's too much, too many, and too little experience. McCoy's mentioned wee boys, mate. No offence to them. I don't know how they're going to end up in their careers, but the left back, the centre back's really inexperienced for that position. And Mikey Moore, they do look like wins. Jim, you're an experienced campaigner, mate. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yes, I agree with you. And a wee thing on the Scottish players for me.
Aye.
We've got two that would be in most Scottish teams. Our first 11, with Cameron and Barron, and they can't get a game with us. And I think they would win most teams every week in the Premier League. I don't know what you think of that, boys, but the only one...
Cameron got injured and we've not seen much of him. Barron, he's got a great attitude, and he had, against them at Ibrox, he had an excellent game, and then the next week, nothing, because he doesn't create. Josh?
I think Curtis would walk into any team in the league. I think that young boy Curtis that we've got would walk into any other team in the league. And that's including that Mankey mob across the city. But he just doesn't get a chance because we're a project club. We're taking on projects, rubbish, and that's not the definition of Glasgow Rangers. I would, if it was up to me, I would send Moore back and concentrate on Curtis. Lend in my own academy players like Cameron and Curtis, and that's what I think. I don't because this guy Moore, we're only putting him on. We're only bringing him on for the advantages with Tottenham.
I don't disagree with you, mate, and I think that doesn't make sense what we've done there when we brought the boy in. But I don't know if Curtis is the answer. Jim, see me, you're not talking. Can you put your phone on mute because we are getting feedback with you, brother?
Right, cheers.
Come in with that one, and then we'll go to Bridge.
Curtis is not ready to play in this team. I don't think any young players are ready to play in this team, by the way, because there's not enough leaders in the team to show them the ropes and keep them right and put them in their place when they step out of place and say, you're not trying, do that, because the so-called experienced players are not doing their job. So they can't shout at anybody. But Curtis, to me, is an impact sub. I think he's a very good impact sub at home. That's not he's going to say his whole career he's going to be an impact sub. But at the moment, he can make a difference on the park at any particular time. As long as he's not on for 90 minutes. I don't think he's a 90-minute player. No yet anyway. But anyway, he'll do no worse or no better when we already go in the park, in my opinion, mate. So that means that he should get some time on the park. But our academy is a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. And it has been for years and years and years, mate. Since 2012, we thought we were going to have to go down the academy road. Look what's happened for 2012 since how many players have actually come through that academy. It's disgraceful, mate. Absolutely disgraceful. It's a waste of time. Nearly swearing there. It's a complete and utter waste of time. I mean, that's what 13 year, and we've produced what one half decent player, maybe Nathan Patterson. That's it. That's about it. Mental, mate. Mental. And how much have we spent on it? I bet he's been one of the dearest signings we've ever done. Most of the players in there are the dearest signings we've ever had because we spend a lot of money trying to develop players that don't go anywhere. It's madness, mate. It's just totally madness. But we keep going down this road. We keep thinking it's we're going to do. And there's another point, by the way. See, these boys were supposed to be developing. Forget about the loan players, our players, and even the project players like Chermity. How are we going to develop these guys? Where do we develop them? There isn't any in Scotland. They set up in Scotland. We can put them into you can develop them. So they've got to develop in your first team. And we're Glasgow Rangers, and we're putting development players into our first team to develop. That's nuts, mate. That's just nuts. You know what we're up against every week. We're in cup finals every week, especially in Scotland. But we're going to put these young players, and we're thinking, that's good experience for them. No, it's not. They just get kicked. They're going to get the hell kicked out of them, and then they'll probably get. I won't say get booed, but they'll probably get a harshly thought about, and that dents their confidence.
Take the left back that's come into your club. Do you think he looks a better player than he did a few weeks ago? Because I certainly don't, mate.
I think he looks worse, mate. I think he started half okay. You're going, that boy looks a wee bit of talent. But now what's happened in the state of the squad and what's happening all around about him, the boy's a shell of the player he started with. Curtis will be the same if we don't manage this boy properly. We'll ruin the boy, totally ruin him. And that's not to say don't give him time. I think he's a good impact sub, mate, and he can score goals. So he proved that it's in Murn. We never looked like scoring to that boy come on and scored. So he's second top goal scorer still. He's a second top goal scorer. He's also scored in Europe, so the boy has got a part to play. But we can't keep too much pressure on him or expect too much out of him. The responsibility is yours now, son. It's over to you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of these so-called senior pros would do it. If that boy come in and they'd over to you, son. You need to do it. They done it a wee bit to Moore. Give him responsibility. And say, expecting this boy to beat 3 and 4 players and stick one in the top corner or create chances all the time. He's not going to do that. We don't agree he should be here anyway, but he's not going to do that. But the senior pros shouldn't be expecting him to do that. It's you could rant all day about this. It's just no right. The whole thing's no right. But anyway, is it going to get sorted? That's the problem.
Big job, Albert.
Listen, Bob Jed, it's not going to be a quick fix, is it? It ain't going to be a quick fix. No, it's not going to be.
What gets me about it, I'm sure it gets the rest of you, is it's just like they've been saying round in circles. It's so lifeless. You know, there's no digging out, there's no hurt in it. That's what gets me. And
flatline, mate.
Yeah, flatline, of course it is. And this Moore, I mean, I'm not going to pick on the laddie up here, he's learning his trade up here. And to me, you get this thing in football now, wonder kid. England's full of wonder kids. And he's just another on the line. And to me, I would put him back to Tottenham because he's done absolutely nothing for us. But that argument's been spoke about there 2 minutes ago. Anyway, Ox, I'll let you go. I heard you mention Hamilton Ackies earlier on there. I'll let you go along there and before it shuts. So, good night, everybody, and thank you for having me again. And I'll no doubt we'll see you next week. And whatever next week transpires into, well, it's anybody's guess. Good night, lads.
Yeah.
Cheers, Bob Jet.
Cheers, mate.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Yes, I think you can hear it in everybody's voice. They're frustrated, Smurf. No, we've no really get the answers. No, usually, obviously, Martin was a figurehead. You think, might take him out, and then we'll see. But what we've seen in the last 2 games when Martin's not been here is the attitude and the ability of the players with him being there. The first half against the D United looked okay without being outstanding. The second half, just poor, and then it just carried on last night. So since Martin's left, we've played 1 half okay and 3 poor halves. It's just carried on from where we are. Smurf?
It's horrendous. It's horrendous, and do you know what? We're in a conundrum where we're trying to develop the stadium facilities and, Ibrox in general, right? And you've got an executive that will be busying itself with some of that. You've got the team matters, and when you get rid of the 2 balloons at the club, everything stalls. All these other projects stall. So it said, but we need success in the pitch because you've got to keep the fans on side. And when I look at that, you can't trust Lywell with your money to go and spend it because he's a numpty. And it's not a 3. People saying, "Oh, will I get 3 windies?" It's 3 years he's going to need. He's getting no defenders. He's no go. He doesn't need 2 defenders. He's getting no defenders. Name. We've got 2 centre halves, young boys. One that they want to get rid of. It came from Milan, and you've got the one that they got for Peterborough, right? Well, we need 2 first team starters. So we do, and we need 4 fullbacks. It's a 3-year. It's 3 years.
Listen, Smurf. Young and Salah had some poor games for us last year, but he had some decent games as well. He looks better than what we've got in the snow, and that's not a compliment. Bridgeman?
No, I know.
There was nothing wrong with Salah, I'll tell you that. I thought he was a smashing player. And these are the type of things you need to do. You need to be able to pick them out. Unfortunately for us, there's a don't speak badly about Tavernier, and Souttar's the best centre half we've got or had for a while. Blah blah blah, and it's a lot of rubbish, and everybody can see it now. They see it every week. It's the same type of mistakes, the same mispassing. It's just for the same people. Tavernier cannot take a throw-in. He fails every time with his throw-ins. Every single time. And we know how good he was a couple of seasons ago. His free kicks are spot on. They're dangerous and cause absolute mayhem, even though he might not have scored. The ones coming out for the wing, excellent. They're not there anymore. That touch seems to have gone. I'm sorry to say it, to all the Tav fans, sorry to say it, but he's not the same player. Absolutely no way near it. And you see him, you have to admit, he shrug. His 3 calamitous touches are throw-ins.
Rich, would you agree that the sands of time wait for no man? No man.
That's correct.
Aye.
Nothing else we can do. I've got the same problem with Mr. Suter. Right, you get the same problem. 5 years ago, he was quite a good player, and he's a solid international. But there's no way anywhere in this world he's anywhere near as good as he was 5 years ago. But there you go. We've got him.
Anyway, we always joined us all the way from Canada. All right, Al.
Hello, Akshay and everybody. How you all doing tonight?
Good to hear from you, brother. What's on your mind?
Good to hear. Hopefully you're doing well, Akshay. I heard you the other night you weren't feeling too good, so kudos to you for coming on and doing that.
It's that old bear, he drags me down.
Hey, old bear. Hey, old bear. How are you guys?
Great, pal. How are you?
Yeah, not doing too bad, but we got ourselves in quite the mess, huh? What a mess! I can't believe it. Teams like Sturm Graz and Rangers, and we should be beating these teams. It's just ridiculous. 1 shot on goal is pathetic. I think we've only scored 8 in the league. That's like 8 games, 8 goals. That's like 30. That's 38 goals a season, like you say, for the whole team. That's the trajectory that we're on. But I'm just worried about the toxicity of the club and of Farewell and Stewart getting, getting shouted at the airport last night. I think that's a situation that's going to go from bad to worse and could get really, really, really bad. I think, we don't want to go over the edge with that, but I can definitely see it's coming. But what a mess we're in. I think, we've got the players that they brought in, not good enough, of course. The idea probably was they were bringing the young players, try and sell them on. He didn't understand the club. But the older players too, like Suter's checked out, Raskin's checked out, Tavernier's checked out, Butlin's checked out. They're all, talking bad of the other players. The hammer in that dressing room is not good. And Danny Rowe has got a hell of a job on his hands. But if you think about it, Raskin's been through 6 managers in the dugout. Beale, Gio, Davis was there for a while, right? Come on, Ferguson, Martin, now Rawl. The guy, he's not interested. He'll be gone in January if he can get out. The only reason he's still here is because I guess the deal hadn't went through for him. But I just think we're in a mess. I don't know how we're going to fix this. I'm really, really worried about the whole thing.
Aye. Again, I mean, just before you, I'll give a quick shout out for the South Side, and I'll get you Super 6 here. We're not going to play the jingle just to save a bit of time, but the Super 6 this week is Newcastle, Chelsea, Bristol City, Swindon, Reading, and Middlesbrough. 6-4 pays $30.91. That's the Super 6. And if you put £10 sterling on that, Albert, how much will you get back?
Nothing.
Thank you, mate. But good luck with the Southside Super 6.
He's been disingenuous. He's in a tinkle, Marner.
Well, fair enough. I think we'll win on Sunday. There you go. We've not talked about that, but bizarrely, I think we'll win. Yeah, I think we'll win.
I hope so.
Good points for Al there, and I genuinely feel he's concerned. Josh, I genuinely feel he's concerned.
Yeah, he's another one of the Rangers supporters that have got anxiety in their blood and worry, stress, how our club's being ran, how the players in the park are playing, and the turmoil and the toxicity of the club. It's just nonsense. But what Albert said about Tavernier is correct earlier. He should just stay on his position and do what he's got to do and no take these free kicks.
He's done, Josh.
Huh?
He's done. He's done.
I know
mate.
he's done.
I've loved
I know he's
Tav
done.
and enjoyed Tav, but the sands of time wait for no man. He'd lost half a yard. He's lost 3/4 of a yard now, mate. He can do the odd good thing. You've seen that last week with the equaliser. But he's not the same weapon he was, mate. Can't get about the pitch. And he wasn't the best of defenders. His positivity was gone forward. It's just it goes, mate, and he can't get it back. He's not playing with players that are effective. Couple that with he's getting older, mate. He's just done, and he's got weeks left in his Rangers career, unless Phil gives him another 5-year deal before he goes out the door, mate.
And I agree with the guy for Canada that spoke there fabulously. I would sell Raskin and get somebody else as well.
Aye. But the big question is, who do you let set up the recruitment? Jim?
That's the big question. You know, I think you'd need to bring Souness in somewhere. I don't know if he would come in, but he might help. You know, I heard them say they would like Lampard the way back when Gerrard came. He wanted Lampard. Davy Weir was on. I like Davy Weir as well. Done us some turn. He was on with Boydie one of the games, and Davy Weir says we shouldn't be getting on to this manager list. This was when Martin was there. He says this is not right. He says it's not his fault. The players are not good enough, and that was for Davy Weir. So maybe Davy could come in and help. That's a big question. Who do you get?
At this moment in time, if I was Mr. Kavanagh, Paul Bear, and then Al can come back in, I wouldn't let this recruitment spend any of my family's inheritance. Would you?
No, absolutely not, mate. It's foolish. It'd be really foolish to let him loose with the checkbook again, mate. And it can't be done. It just cannot be done. The only way he should get the money, he should say, right, see the crap you brought in, plus the crap that's already here. Sell most of them for £50 million and you can go and build a squad with that. That's what I'd be saying. But you're not actually going to get any new money. You're just not going to get it because you'll just completely waste it. And to be honest, by the way, that's what he's done with the Iggerman and the Jeffy and the Bridvan and Desser's money. That money's spent now, mate. It's gone. It's spent in these players. That's what you're supposed to be doing. This is the model, isn't it? But at the end of the day, don't give him any more money. Just don't. His recruitment's ridiculous. He can't say anything different. He can try and gaslight us, but we see the proof is in the pudding, mate. You see it on the park. We've seen it last night. You say we can't do this. We can't call that a Rangers team. You just can't. But so, as far as I'm concerned, don't give him any money. I know this sounds going against everybody. We'll be like, but we need to buy players. We need to get better. Well, you can't give it a fool. And if you're giving your money to him, you're giving the money to a fool.
We are.
Yeah, I agree. I think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Oz.
Yeah, I think Farewell's a big problem. He's definitely gaslighting, and the Lywell thing's really, really good because that word when he said was he's never signed a player the manager doesn't want. I listened to Derek Ferguson was talking to an agent, and the agent said he knows for a fact that Martin went to Farewell and gave him a list of players, maybe 3 of them that he knew of for sure, and all 3 of them never got over the line. I think one was Kenny McLean, one was Cody, and another one, I can't remember but one, but the guy seemed to know what he was talking about. So it just goes to show you Farewell.
I think you might find the third one was Shea Adams, mate.
Shea Adams, yeah. So it just goes to show you that it's not the manager picking the guys. And I don't think Martin picked Antman and players like that. No, when these players came in, they just, again, I guess they just say it for the cameras. Oh, yeah, I'm excited to be here because of the manager. But there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. So he's 100% misjudged the club. He's put us in a mess. I think Kavanagh's a smart guy. He knows that. That's why I think Stewart was pretty quiet in that meeting the other day, and Thirlwell was fighting for his position. I think they're under pressure behind the scenes, but obviously he probably can't believe he's in this mess himself. But if you're spending money like that, you're going to have to make the decision, and it's going to have to be sooner rather than later, because you can't continue. Can't give him any more money, I don't think.
All right. We've been joined right to death by Wallace. Evening, Wallace.
Good evening, gentlemen. How I hope we're obviously waiting all right, but great to listen tonight as usual. But it's going to be a hard slog. Hope they give this young man a little bit of time. Last night was really frustrating. I've been going through a lot of health issues lately. Thought I was getting in the main, but people say don't watch the Rangers. Wallace, it winds you up, but I can't help but watch my football team. And last night they just done my nothing.
I don't think you're alone in that, Wallace. I don't think you're alone. In fact, I think they're causing us health issues all better.
Oh, definitely, mate. Look, put it this way, it's never going to be good for your health. It wouldn't be in prescription watching Rangers, put it that way.
I actually said that to my cardiology. There you go. What I can say is, look, we're Rangers. It breaks my heart, right, watching this. I remember mid-60s, and I grew up watching a team that came off of our European glory and stuff like that. Then my uncle's telling me your team's this and your team's that, but I kept on going and watching them in the terraces, the East Terrace, and I used to go to all the time, meeting people that just brilliant. I know them today. The club is special, and it's been kicked here, there, and everywhere. I just hope these Americans, they need to wake up. They need to wake up and realise and hope that they speak to people properly, the proper people that what means to this club. Because I think that's what's been missing. There's people coming to this club that have got nothing whatsoever in their heart about it. I understand the buyers, and I was thankful for it. It was like winning the lottery, then running into quicksand. Sorry if I've gone on.
No, not at all, Wallace. Listen, glad you joined us, mate. Glad you joined us. We're just going to get in and get the last word for everybody. It's been an interesting show, and by the way, we never even talked about a game on Sunday. I think that shows where we are, if we're honest.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, aye. And listen, good to hear from you, mate, and I hope you're feeling better soon. Yeah? I hope you're feeling better soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Listen, yeah. We are, last word.
Thanks, Alex, for taking the call.
Sorry,
and, nice to come on and talk. That's all right. Nice to come on and talk with everybody. And I think there's a good reason why we're not talking about the football, because we kind of know it's going to be the same situation, right? It's going to be very difficult to get these players up, and I don't know what's going to happen. But the manager, it's good that we can realise it's going to be on the players and not on this manager, because this manager is going to find himself in a lot of trouble when these players don't perform for him, and I can see it happening. But we have to stay strong.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Wallace, give us your last word then, bro.
As always, I keep believing, like the big fella said. I just love my Rangers, and come on the Rangers. I'm always up for it for the next game, no matter what the issues are. Come on the Rangers.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Good to hear from you.
Thank you.
Smurf,
Aye, thanks for having me on. Good night, one and all. And aye, just keep the faith, brethren. Take it easy. Good night.
Cheers, brother.
Line of the night. Line of the night. Line of the night. Lie well. See what you done, Smith. Thanks for that one. Yes. Poor Jim.
Aye, great show tonight, lads. A victory on Sunday, as we are a
I
people.
hope so, Jim. I hope so.
Good night, everyone.
Cheers,
Night,
brother. Josh.
Aye, great show with everybody. They came on again. Good discussion. Here's hoping for a win for the Glasgow Rangers on Sunday. He's a bit of cheer. Cheers, Ox. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, Albert.
Aye, a good show as shows go. No good subject matter right enough. Talking about how bad we are. It's just nothing else to talk about. But aye, good show with yourself and all the guys on. It's as Wallace says, keep believing, mate. That's all we can do.
Yeah. And the one and only Bridgeman.
Oh, that's smashing. Oxbear, come on, can't talk. Oxbear, that was a brilliant night tonight. Thanks for yourself and Albert for carrying me with it. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans that are working, listening in and out overseas and all over the world, this is a huge tragedy for the Rangers, another one. And we need to get ourselves together. And hopefully the support will all get round and help the Rangers in whatever way they can. But first of all, we need to get our own house sorted. And that's going to be a big job. So everybody keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. 1-0 victory on Sunday for me. Keep it going.
I love it, Bridgeman. Come on, mate.